Amy Coney Barrett has ordered the Supreme Court to have a briefing on the Naperville challenge to the Illinois assault weapons ban. But don't get too excited. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What's up, Wolverines? Welcome back to the channel. If you do not know who I am, my name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and this is John Crump News, where we discuss 2A every day. I am also a nominee for Top Voices of the 2A for the Gundies. If you can go and vote for me every single day in December, I will win this for you guys. And if you really want to make me happy, you can go ahead and help propagate the signal by feeding into the algorithm through engagement. Engagement can include commenting on a video, liking a video, subscribing to the video, turning on all notifications, and sharing the video out to your friends and family. That way we can get out the gospel of the 2A to more people. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about today's story. Governor Pritzker, the fat governor of Illinois, a while ago signed an assault weapons ban. A bunch of different organizations sued over it, including the National Association for Gun Rights in their Naperville case. And everyone lost. The circuit court basically said that an assault weapons ban is constitutional, which is a bunch of BS. One of the people on the three-judge panel was Judge Easterbrook, who is a rabid anti-gun leftist who is a judicial advocate. Now, Nagar asked the Supreme Court to step in and review the case. We now know that Amy Coney Barrett, who is one of the associate justices on the Supreme Court and oversees the circuit court for Illinois, granted the case a briefing in the Supreme Court. It might seem like a big deal, but let's go ahead and talk about what that means. Does that mean the Supreme Court is going to take up the Naperville case, or are they going to kick it back down and say you have to go en banc first or whatever? Basically, I do not think that this briefing is going to do anything earth-shattering at all. If you look at the briefings in the past, Antioch got a briefing. Paloma's case up in New York got a briefing. That was a bunch of gun stores suing over the ammunition background check. They all got briefings and they all got kicked back down, saying you have to go through the steps to get it up to the Supreme Court. You cannot skip the circuit court level, whatever, through an emergency appeal. You have to go through the steps. And I believe that this is what's going to happen with this case. I do not believe the Supreme Court is going to take it up right now. I think in the future, one of these assault weapons cases is going to make it to the Supreme Court. I'm not sure if it's going to be this one or not, but it is not groundbreaking news as some people would like you to believe, although it is good news, and I do want to thank NAGR for fighting this battle. Hopefully the Supreme Court decides on one of these cases, but this is probably not a groundbreaking story, like I said. And they're probably going to say that the circuit court or whatever has to deal with it before it goes to the Supreme Court, which is basically what they always say. Getting a briefing is a big deal, but it is not a guarantee that the Supreme Court is going to take the case on an emergency appeal. I just wanted to be shared with you guys and temper expectations a little bit. If the Supreme Court decides to go ahead and hear the case, that would be freaking fantastic, and I would do backflips. I would just not count on that happening, but I also wouldn't get discouraged if that doesn't happen. Usually the Supreme Court wants the things to work their way naturally through the court system, and right now this would be a step of actually skipping a bunch of processes to get it up to the Supreme Court, and I just don't see that happening. But you have to ask and you have to hope for the best. All right, guys, that is it. Go ahead and buy my book, please. Masters of Firepower is a great book. It makes a great Christmas gift. You can find the link down below in the description. And with that, stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I am out of here, Wolverines, motherfucker.